Namaskar. In this series of the chapter Motivation, today we are going to discuss some theories of motivation and then we will move to job design and job characteristics model. Today we are going to discuss Skinner's reinforcement model, Victor Vroom's expectancy model, theory X and Y of Douglas McGregor, and last but not the least, theory Z given by William Auchi. This is the synopsis for today. Let us start with Skinner's reinforcement model. So first of all, let us understand what is reinforcement. The word reinforcement here means whenever I behave in certain way, I start feeling whether it will be positive or negative. Two things are there in my mindset always. Reinforcer means the two things, rewards or punishment. I will get a reward if I do something good. I will get a punishment if the things are not in proper shape. This is the first thing. Then comes my past behavior. What was my behavior? What my behavior suggests me. As per my behavior, what I have done in past. And what were the consequences of that behavior? Suppose in the past I performed very less. My performance was the worst performance throughout the organization. So what were the consequences? If the consequences are not good, I will never try to repeat it in future. A small kid, when he tries to spill the milk, the mother states, "Don't do it." And one tight slap is there on his face. What will happen next time? Next time, whenever he tries to do the same, he starts feeling, "Oh my God, the previous consequences were not good. I am having such type of behavior." So what he will do? He will never repeat it in future. But if the consequences were good of my behavior, I will try to repeat it. I have secured 85% in class 10th. I have received lot many laurels, lot many awards from the society. I will start feeling, oh, if I secure good marks, people are going to welcome me. I must study properly. That means it's a relationship between your behavior and consequences. Your past behavior provides you the line of consequences. What are the results? You should try to understand with the help of your behavior. So the first thing is either reward or punishment. Your past behavior. Reinforcement theory of Skinner suggests that people try to repeat those behaviors through which they feel that the consequences will be good, and people try to hide those type of behaviors through which they feel that the consequences are not proper. So whenever we feel that consequences will be good, we try to do that behavior. Swami Vivekananda in his book Karma Yoga has nicely stated, he says, if I feel that the consequences of this behavior will be good, I should do it. If I feel that I am doing this for money, even though I should do it, because doing a better thing is always good. The similar thing has been stated by Skinner also. He says that reinforcement, two things, punishment or reward. We try to hide the punishment, we try to move towards the rewards. That is the model that it suggests. One more thing, I have shown some behavior, but there are no rewards. I will not try to do it in future because there is no reward. Therefore, motivation can only be maintained by effective awards. If the consequences are not proper, people are not willing to do it in future. What is this reinforcement theory? Let us start. This emphasizes the linkage between individual behavior and specific outcomes. My behavior and what are the outcomes. These are the two things that are taken into account in this reinforcement theory. Secondly, it focuses on observable behavior and outcomes. The behavior that you observe and what were the outcomes of that behavior. Mahatma Gandhi propounded a policy of non-violence What was the impact? What was the outcome? India got independence. That means it was a better model. If the consequences are good, people try to repeat it again and again because the consequences are good. Friends, you might be knowing about a shot, Virendra Sehwag's uppercut, and you might be knowing about Mahendra Singh Dhoni's helicopter shot. Once they started it, the consequences were good and they started doing it regularly. This is what the theory suggests. It was a lighter side of presentation. Anyway, let us proceed further. Managers can alter the outcomes to influence the direction, level and persistence of motivation. We have discussed these three words earlier also, that were level, persistence and above all the direction. Managers can alter these things with the help of reinforcement model. How they will do it? Let us move further. How they will modify it? The systematic reinforcement of desirable work behavior and the non-reinforcement or punishment of unwanted work behavior. Two things. When the work behavior is positive, I will try to provide you rewards. If they are negative, I will try to provide you punishment. There are four basic types usually the managers use for this type of reinforcement. Before this, let us study it with an example. Carly Fiorina, she worked as a CEO of Hewlett-Packard, HP group of companies. We know that HP is the pioneer in manufacturing laptops and computer accessories. She was the only lady who was able to fire more than 1,000 persons from Hewlett-Packard only because of one reason, that was cost cutting. She said that I want to enhance the image of the company and want to cut down the costs, and therefore she took this daring step. The people were not performing in a better way, and that's why such a step was taken. Negative reinforcement. Sometimes this thing is also essential. As I told you earlier, don't go for popularity, go for effectiveness. That is very essential. Now these are the four basic strategies to modify the human behavior and to reinforce better behavior within the people. The first one, that is positive reinforcement. Suresh has done wonderful job in the sales field. His target was to sell 100 laptops. He sold 200 laptops. I gave him positive reinforcement. Dear, you have done a magnificent job. I like it. Really wonderful. Positive. Second is negative reinforcement. Some errors have been created and I say, my dear, you have committed this error. Please don't do it again. But not in public. I will try to say it when he is alone. This is negative reinforcement. In this, I try to tell him that these are the errors. Try to overcome them. These are constructive feedbacks. Constructive mechanism, not destructive. In 1 Minute Manager, Dr. Spencer Johnson has nicely stated that whenever you feel that somebody has performed, tell him, my dear, this is a magnificent performance. But when the performance is not good, tell him directly that, my dear, performance is not good. But reinforcement model does not agree with this. Reinforcement model states that please try to speak in a constructive way. The criticism should be constructive. The second thing is negative reinforcement that deals with constructive feedback mechanism. The third is extinct behavior. The word extinct behavior means KFP syndrome. Ki farak painda. What is the impact on me? The person tries to state the negative points and he is not at all concerned about the institution and the employee. This is not fair. And the last that must not be followed, that is punishment. This should be the last resort. Punishment means you have come late to the institution, your half-day salary will be deducted. This is punishment. Punishment should be used as the last resort. If I use punishment in a frequent way, people will not give me respect. You are respected because of your energy level and not because of your punishment giving capability. So don't move for these two, that is extinct behavior or punishment. Always go for positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement, that is constructive criticism. This is all about reinforcement model. Let us move to next theory. People usually state that this theory is very difficult to understand, but I personally believe that this is the easiest theory of motivation. I love it a lot. Why this is the most important and realistic theory? This is based on rational and empirical findings. This is the only theory that is based on research in process theories. Expectancy models have been given by two theorists. First one was Victor Vroom, and second is a Porter and Lawler's model of expectancy. We are going to discuss Victor Vroom's expectancy model. Victor Vroom has said that there are basically three forces that affect the productivity and motivation of an individual. This is the most recent theory given in 1964. Please do not study the slide merely, try to understand with an example. I am working as a faculty member in this institution. I am a teacher. My first step is, if I teach effectively, I will get some reward. Okay? If I teach effectively, I will get some reward. Number one. Number two, if I teach effectively, I will become more successful. Number third, the rewards that I get, whether they are worthwhile for me or not, this is step number third. Let us study them one by one. I am teaching in a nice way to you. I feel that I am a successful man. I am doing it in a better way. This is the first thing called as expectancy. If I try, will I succeed? If I am teaching you, am I delivering effective lectures? This is the first one. If I am doing something, whether I am successful or not, this is the first one. Expectancy means ummeed. I expect that it should be in a better way. The second thing is instrumentality. The word instrumentality means if I succeed, what are the consequences and rewards I will get? I have taught you what I will get. I will get a certificate, I will get a trophy, I will get money. These all are the rewards that I will get after teaching you. Number third is the valence. Whether I feel that those awards are worthwhile for me or not. Sir has provided me money and only money. I want a shield and certificate. The award is not important for me. This is called as valence. That means whether the awards are worthwhile for me or not. So the first one that we are going to discuss right now, the extent to which the person believes that my effort will lead to my effective performance, that is known as performance effort match. Let us study with this diagram. These are the expectancies. Number first one is effort and performance. If I do a lot of effort, I will perform. This is my first expectancy. The second is, if I perform in a better way, I will get some outcome. The word outcome means some reward. And word valence means, third one, is the reward worthwhile for me? Let us study with this diagram. There are two expectancies shown in this diagram. The first is effort performance expectancy, and second is performance and outcome expectancy. The third is valence, how effective and how worthwhile is the reward. When I multiply these three, it comes to motivation. And ability and performance of mine also conducts a lot in this particular area. If my ability is missing, will I be able to perform? I am unable to teach, then what is there then? I am not able to communicate, will I be able to perform? No. I am not physically fit, will I be able to perform? No. In all these cases, ability and performance have to be studied. Now, let us understand it again. Mahesh is a student studying nicely in class 12th. Mahesh, student studying in class 12th. First of all, he feels, suppose I study properly, I will get a wonderful performance, I will become a star performer. That is, star performer means I will get some good percentage. This is the first expectancy. Second expectancy, that is instrumentality. Suppose I perform well, I got 85% in class 12th. I will get a good job, I will get admission in IIT, I will get admission in Polytechnic, whatsoever it is. That is the reward. He secured 85%. but he got admission in BSc. This was not his target, that is the valence. Valence is missing. That means the award was not worthwhile for me. So all the three should be there. I do my efforts for effective performance. When I perform nicely, some rewards are being there with me. And number third, if the rewards are valuable, I internally feel, yes, I have done it. So let us talk about the three. Expectancy, the probability assigned by an individual that work effort will be followed by a given level of task accomplishment. I have worked and some task has been accomplished. Instrumentality means the probability assigned by the individual that a given level of achieved task performance will lead to various work outcomes. This is number two. And number third, valence, the value attached by the individual to various work outcomes. These are the three things that we should try to understand right now. When we multiply the three, that is, motivation is equal to expectancy multiplied by instrumentality multiplied by valence. That means all the three needs to be multiplied. My efforts, my performance and my reward value, all the three needs to be multiplied. This is what is Victor Vroom's expectancy theory. Now, let us critically evaluate Victor Vroom's expectancy model. According to Victor Vroom, if expectancy is 0, then motivation will be 0, because motivation is equals to expectancy multiplied by instrumentality multiplied by valence. That means if my efforts are 0, then motivation will be 0. Number 2, if instrumentality, that is performance, is 0, once again the motivation will be 0. I have desire to perform, but there are no efforts, once again motivation is 0. And above all, I have performed nicely, I have delivered the desired results also, but the rewards that I have got, they are useless, once again the motivation will be 0. Is it right? Mahesh performed nicely in class 12th, tried to do a lot of effort and secured 85% marks. He is very happy right now, but he wanted to take admission in Polytechnic, got admission in BSc. Awards are not valuable, motivation is 0. All the motivation that was there while securing 85% marks, that has gone waste now, because the rewards are not worthwhile. So friends, try to provide worthwhile and encouraging rewards to the staff, then only they will feel motivated and delighted. Now let us start with the critical evaluation. Motivation is sharply reduced when either expectancy, instrumentality or valence appears to be 0. If something is lacking, the motivation will also lack at some standards. Motivation will be very high if all the three are very high. These are two simple equations. These are managerial applications. One must try to increase the expectancy, instrumentality and above all valence. For a child, if he is doing some extra job, valence is he will get a chocolate. You do not provide him a chocolate, you say you will get a plain piece of paper. Will he be able to work? Because we have not provided the real reward to that child. Similarly, expectancy should be higher. Your instrumentality, that is expecting the rewards, should be higher, and above all, worth of the reward should also be higher. Now these are the critical evaluations of expectancy theory. The first one, not excessively supported by research. Some empirical analysis has been done, but even though complete empirical analysis like Herzberg is missing, they need to do a lot of research on this theory also. The second thing is multiplier effect. Nearly 100 plus management experts have given their strong views in contradiction to multiplier effect. Sometimes this multiplier effect is not effective. That means if I believe that if I am doing some effort, it will lead to performance, this is the strongest motivator. If I am doing some effort, it is going to lead performance. I do not want rewards. There are lot many people who are not willing to work for rewards. Then what will happen to those? They do not fit in this theory. So therefore, this multiplier effect has been questioned by lot many management experts. Thirdly, may be useful to distinguish between extrinsic and intrinsic rewards. This is an important feature. This is a positive feature through which we can differentiate extrinsic and intrinsic rewards. Extrinsic are given by others, but intrinsic rewards are given by ourselves. So this is very important. And above all, this does not specify which rewards will motivate a particular group of people or cross-cultural differences. Different cultures live in this society. Some people are motivated only and only by money, but some people are not motivated by that. So what will happen to them? So this is also a question that has been asked to Victor Room in these grounds. Friends, we are shifting our focus to next group of theories. We have already discussed need-based content theories. We have discussed process theories, that is to maintain discipline. Now we are shifting our focus to third level of theories. They are known as behavioral theories. Need-based, that are content, process to maintain discipline, and behavioral only concerned with human behavior. So we are going to start them. Douglas McGregor, a nice social scientist, has given theory X and theory Y. This is based on assumptions, not an empirical theory. Very simple to understand. He has given two different hooks, two different parameters. One is highly pessimistic theory, that is theory X, and second is highly optimistic theory, that is theory Y. Theory X suggests that people are very lazy, they dislike work, they are not at all committed towards their job, they prefer to be dictated and directed. Unless and until some direction has been given, they will not work. Each and every individual in the organization wants to shirk the responsibility at the best possible extent, neither interested in work. They all are those people who must be forced to work. This is one assumption he has taken. Second, he loves coercive power. Coercive power means people should be hooked. They should be told, do it right now. In a request mode, he does not want to communicate. He only wants to communicate in an orderly way. He wants that the control mechanism should be developed. That means, do it, otherwise I will do the needful. This is known as typical system of management, ancient system, pessimistic approach, in which we start feeling that the managers are basically controllers. They play the role of controller and they try to govern the people like machinery resources. This was about theory X, pessimist theory. Now comes theory Y, that is very optimistic theory. Theory Y assumptions state you cannot motivate managers. They are self-propelled. They love to work. They love to perform for the organization. Their view towards working is very natural. They play and they take rest within the institution. They work just like playing within the field. They love to work. This is the most optimistic view to view the people and to motivate people. Secondly, people will exercise self-direction and self-control. He advocates self-control. That means people are willing to work hard. They are controlled by themselves. Nobody can control anyone. Everything is intrinsic, not extrinsic. Thirdly, he states that people are committed to their objectives. No need to excessively govern them. No need to control them. Only reward them. Only try to say that we are there for you. You are the most important for us. Give this feeling to them. They will do the needful. Peter Drucker has also stated the similar thing. He states that the institutions should state the employees that they are the most important for them. If they are important, then only organizations work with their efforts. Chanakya has nicely said, Praja Sukhe Sukham Ragya. That means the happiness of king lies in their estates, that is their employees. If employees are happy, if they are having their responsibility, they are having autonomy, they are working well for the institution, they feel that this is my institution, their job is so important, they start feeling that we are the best one, we will germinate results, our objectives and institutions' objectives are similar, then only the institutions work for the society, well-being of society. The last thing is people learn to accept and seek responsibility. People like to love the responsibility. They want to work hard for the institution. These are the two assumptions, theory X and theory Y. Now, why he has propounded this theory? One reason. At some places, you want to become a manager who practices theory X. At some places, you need to be on theory Y. Friends, theory XY continuum states that no one in this world lies completely in theory X or theory Y. We all people sitting here lie between either theory X or theory Y, between the two. Sometimes we are near to X or sometimes we are near to Y, but we lie in between. So friends, let us start the summary of this session. In this session, we studied Skinner's reinforcement model. We also studied positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, extinct behavior and punishment, in which punishment should be the last resort. We studied Victor Vroom's expectancy model, in which instrumentality, expectancy and valence, all the three needs to be maximized. And last, we studied behavioral theories. Out of them, we studied theory X and theory Y by Douglas McGregor. We all lie between theory X and theory Y. That needs to be understood. Thank you very much, friends. Thanks a lot.